Morning everybody, Gary Porter again. I've changed the coils over to flat coils overlapping so that the north and south are still rotating, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but on the scope right here I've got the blue, the bottom second trace is coil set pair 12, and the yellow trace top one is the number 1. And the back EMF from 12 over this when number 1 turns on right here is not assisting. Now if I switch over to number 2 and number 1, and I think that's because of the software the software shutting off, and there's some time in between 12 and 1 where this loop is occurring in the arduino chip here. And so right now I've got 0 volts coming out of the plate. I don't know anything about current at all. I'm just trying to get the field to create some kind of like 1 volt or 2 volts in the plate. And I've got to drill a hole in the center of the plate now, and so I can get some contact, and it's hard to make contact with, like a soldering iron certainly isn't. This is a 6.5 inch plate with an 1/8 inch thick, and so another thing I want to try is lifting the coil structure up and mount these coils to a piece of plexiglass above the plate and below the plate, so that the plate is suspended, and so that the plate can actually move a tiny bit. And I want to use maybe some neos on the plate, and I got to find the sweet spot where the plate actually vibrates while the field is rotating. And I think that's one of the critical factors, is that the flux, not just going through the plate, isn't doing anything for voltage. I should see 1 to 2 volts, and eventually a huge amount of amps. But so I think the conductors are from the outside edge to the center, because the 2 brushes on the Faraday are on the outside and on the shaft. And so I think if I vibrate the plate, that means the conductors from where I make contact here to the center, when that field occurs in that area, will create voltage. And I think the voltage will be non-linear as you're measuring from here past the solid north into the next coil. So when this coil fires and it's vibrating, then that'll be your maximum point, is dead center, and then it should be less on each side, and which makes sense. But so that's where we are anyway. Pretty simple setup: a 12-volt battery, and the Arduino's driving the drivers only. There's no more shift registers. I stole the shift register connectors out onto the board to make it easier to wire it, so that was pretty easy. So everything's working out good so far. Anyway, I'll just quickly blow up this waveform here, and you can see I'm on 20. Now that's a sort of a trapezoid on that one, but normally it's a square wave, and so anyway, which is weird for back EMF to be a square wave. That's crazy. Anyway, have a good day.